Hey, speaking of cyberbullying, let's move right on to our Is It Fair to Say hashtag, which everybody's been engaging with on Twitter. I seen Dijon. He's retweeting a lot of stuff y'all saying and interacting. I'm going to start doing it as well. I seen now I got everybody's Twitters now that I seen Dijon tagged everybody. So
I didn't even know.
Yeah, on Twitter. So definitely keep shooting those questions, comments, and concerns. Yes. The first one comes from, I don't know if this really came from him, but J. Cole _2. Is it fair to say that I slept on the Yelllow album by Dom Kennedy?
Yeah.
But is it because I said I slept on it just because I wasn't familiar with the... That doesn't mean I slept on it. So I think sleeping on it means like I heard it and like didn't give it accolades.
That is true.
I didn't actually... I knew who Dom Kennedy was from his first couple hits, but I'd never consumed his albums being from where I was from.
It didn't really come across you.
Yeah, it didn't come across. The singles did. I knew who Dom was for sure. So I don't think I slept on it. I wasn't hit.
We can't hold it against you with this one because the Yelllow album isn't even on streaming platforms. As we all know, Dom said it would take close to $2 million to get all the samples and whatnot cleared.
What songs are on that? Because I know
my favorite is "Don't Call Me" featuring Too Short, but he also has "We Ball" with Kendrick Lamar, "Gold Out Peanuts" with Rick Ross, "So Elastic," 5.0 Conversation.
So I've heard some of the songs off of it.
Yeah. Oh, "My Type of Party," obviously the breakout hit. Yep. So it's some great work on there, but again, it's not on stream. You have to listen to it on YouTube or something like that.
I'm curious to know if it's $2 million to get it cleared. I feel like he'll make that back in less than 5 years.
I think he'll make that back. I think a label would make that back. I think an investor would make that back. I think a brand that's willing to put up the $2 million will make that back just based off the legacy of the project. Attaching any, like if I had a brand that had a Yelllow product and then we re-released the Yelllow album and it's presented by this Yelllow product. The synergy there alone, just off the Yelllow album anniversary tour, re-release tour, and whatnot.
Put a couple extra songs or something.
Yeah. The re-release and a tour and a documentary, all that content tied in. It's just, to me, it's a win-win. But you know, it's his catalog. He'll make the decisions.
And I was gonna ask, do you think that maybe there's a little bit of like an integrity? Like an artistic integrity there, where it's kind of like, no, I kind of like this being low. I like this being a fan favorite. But you got to think about artists like Dom, bro. Like these are real, very direct to consumer, love their very like niche fan base artists. Like even how you had like a Schoolboy Q who did like a whole intimate concert in Malibu just for a couple hundred people versus like a stadium tour or something like that. Maybe he just wants to keep that as like a little cult classic where it's like, if you know, you know.
Certain legendary mixtapes, I think when you so he said you have like Wiz did it. You have to change the production if you can't get the clearances. So it doesn't have the same impact and people don't feel it the same. Now, like she said, if you could re-release the full project, I think it would be great. But people like to have those like she was kind of like, I think what you were saying, people build their catalog and they're like special release. They have a moment in time to where like if you re-release it could weary on the impact of the initial release.
There's pros and cons to everything. So, you know, if you look at it like that, then you look at it like that. But it's more to gain, in my opinion, because there are a lot of people like Stat who aren't familiar with the project.
True.
And if you re-release it, you know, you can gain new fans, a new generation of people can enjoy it. Because it came out in what, like 2012?
I think it was like 20. Yeah, probably, because I was going to say like 2011.
Yeah, 2011, 2012. So it's like this is a whole new generation that can enjoy it. It's great music. It's timeless music. He performed it at the Novo. He did it like a set, not every song, but like 6 or 7 songs off of it.
Yeah.
So.
And I will throw in too, like, even if I look here, I have YouTube Music. That's my streaming platform, and they actually have it on here, which
you can listen to it on YouTube.
Because a lot of that stuff gets released through the video, like I don't know.
But even the app YouTube Music lets you stream just everything that's on YouTube, so it's kind of the same thing.
But it's not on Apple, Tidal, or Spotify. The main ones. Yeah.
Is it? Do we have Dom's concert on there as a topic? I do want to transition because I know you went to. I went to it too. Yep. Experiencing that concert, man. We already knew Dom was a legend, but I think not being able to see him as often as I would like to, like
5 years since he had a show in LA.
Made it better.
Negro is a fucking LA like it's so crazy to see that live and see the whole field, because they sold out the first show, right?
They sold out both shows.
Yeah, the second one was packed out, and I'm talking about singing word for word. Like that man is a legend, and
absolutely.
You don't get to always see it, but I saw it and I was like, he's incredible.
No, he did amazing. There were some notes that I had. If you don't mind.
Go ahead.
But he did do amazing. I want to lead with that. I had a great time. He performed majority of the songs I wanted to hear. I didn't care for his DJ. DJ Goofy. I felt like he didn't do the best job performing that night. Even when warming up the crowd, I felt like he just fell flat, too many mistakes, and there were instances throughout the show where Down would be like, that's what we're doing, like he would mess up the intro to a song or XYZ. I noticed that. Also, T-Fly, that's my brother. Shout out to T-Fly, but he seemed to be a little drunk or inhibited or whatnot. Like, he didn't do the best performance. So we talked about that in my LA Rap Workshop. A few other people who went to the concert were like, what was up with T-Fly?
Yeah.
Dom kept asking him to, like, sing it, like, sing your part to Still Calling. But he was like more so rapping it, or just yelling, like being like a hype man versus being the hook singer of the song. He ended with a Nipsey tribute. I like that. I wanted more guests though. Like I wanted to see like RJ or Kaylin because they have a record together.
That stood out to me too.
More guests would have been great.
I didn't. Parents. I felt like it wasn't, especially not compared to like what Kendrick did. I didn't sense a lot of like. I hit Hit Boy. I was like, "You coming?" Hit Boy was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna make it."
Look what you just said. Like he hasn't been out in a long time. Maybe this is his time to showcase himself.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of times it's good to have those cosigns by your artist, but it's like, man, I want to feel the LA embrace without somebody else coming out and getting a super loud reaction. Not saying it like an arrogant way, but it's like, let me touch my fans.
I don't think LA can do that.
It's not the season for that.
That's unfair to say. I have to bring somebody to help my.
It's very unfair. It's very unfair.
LA needs to. We have to.
Come together.
But there's a lot of already coming together. It's not fair to take away from his coming back out party as far as him being gone for 5 years.
As people that had tickets, I'll say that I wanted to see more guests come out. If you take 5 years to do a LA show, this is his first show in LA in 5 years, I expect you to bring out more guests than just T-Fly.
And I think
it would be nice. Show me the effort.
Him and Copy Supreme for the Nipsey Hussle tribute. Also, Dom stopped the show. I don't know if you remember this. He stopped the show and he told a story about back in the day when he went on. Before he used to go on tour, he used to hit the mall or go shopping and spend a whole bunch of money.
We didn't get that story.
And then he said he stopped doing that like 10 years ago because around Get Home Safely album, because he's like, y'all here to see me. It's not about what I have on. And then he just had on like all black pants, black shirt.
I salute that.
For sure.
I salute that for real.
Commendable in a sense, but also again, after a 5 year break, to me, I'm gonna come out with something more noteworthy.
I agree.
You feel me? Wardrobe wise, that's just how I'm thinking.
But what if his
devil's advocate?
Go ahead.
What if he's already put those roots down and now he's just coming as himself, like as in that legendary status where it's just like, I'm just here to do this for y'all. Like not to say that he don't want to do it, but it's just like I don't have to do all that.
No, at all.
You know?
You
don't think so?
He don't have to do shit, but be black and die. But I feel like
you're the nigga who likes appearance to be the forefront of the appeal to that.
It's not even appearance. It's just that I know what we have in our culture, and I want y'all to go put on it and step on it.
He's rapping about it.
Make it undeniably known.
He comes out to Platinum Chanel. He's rapping about Chanel this, Versace that, designer this, designer that. He's rapping about it. So why not make the wardrobe and the style match what you rapping about after being away for 5 years? You got to think. Not only the people in the concert are watching, we're recording with our phones.
I vlogged it.
So what's better?
But what does it matter? You're not. You don't care what he look like.
Make sure you download Underdog. Use code FMW.
Yeah. What's better? Is it videos of Dom all over the timeline in just plain black outfit, or a video of him in something that's noteworthy that draws your attention? I mean, all over the timeline. Which one is better?
That also comes from
effective?
A place of what was his intentions with this show.
You're right.
If his intentions were to step back out, so like
he announced a new album,
the Pop Out. Okay, so he did announce that.
Announced that he got a new album. Yeah.
What were his intentions? So with that being said,
supposed to be a moment.
You might be right. You might be right.
Do you think his intentions matter though, or do what the fans want matter the most?
I think you have to make, like I said, artistic integrity. You can't take that away from any artist. If there's something that they do or do not want to do, us as the fans should respect that.
That's true. I've learned that.
I do respect Dom, but I don't respect that take. I just want my superstars to be superstars.
But I don't think you have to have a costume on to be a superstar.
I've learned that the hard way.
No, for sure. But
over the years, they have to want to be a superstar. And does Dom want to be a superstar?
But look, let me say,
based off his actions, I don't think so.
I don't think even that defines a superstar. There's artists like Kendrick that are not super flashy. J. Cole that are not super flashy.
That's not true. He just had a big ass chain on. You get me started early.
Bro, y'all don't ever let me land, nigga. You so quick to try to just get at me. Hold on, my nigga. I'm saying there's times when they don't glorify that as part of their image, where they can come out in sweatpants sweatpants and flip flops and perform and do shit without having to put on a costume of material items that a lot of these artists deem as not valuable.
Yeah.
Why do Dom Kennedy is 5-year elevation of a man. He could come out like, man, fuck that jewelry. Why am I spending $50,000 on a chain to impress fans that are gonna love me for my music regardless? I don't need to shine and glitter on stage to appeal to what the fans think is success. Fuck what your level of success is. Who cares what I came out? I don't care if I got Gucci Giuseppe, bitch. I'm out there in Nike sweatpants and a t-shirt.
It's a
costume.
For one, he never said fuck any of that. He actually came out.
Still do that.
He came out to Platinum Chanel talking shit. That's one.
But that's an old song. And he probably doesn't.
That's all we got.
He may not feel that way no more. I'm just saying respect the evolution of him.
I'm not saying I don't respect it. I'm not saying I don't respect it.
Beige rage.
But this guy.
Why was it a photo of two men kissing though? What is this?
I feel like that's something we coined at FMW. Y'all coined it. FMW is beige rage.
No, that's been a thing. You guys are ridiculous.
Don't Google that again.
I had never heard it until he got over here. So
Beige Brothers Brigade.
I'm not disrespecting his choices. I'm acknowledging his choices, and I'm pointing out so that other artists can learn that there are alternatives to those choices.
I got you. Okay.
So if not Dom, but if you're another artist that has gone 5 years without doing a show in LA, when you do a show, you might want to bring out some guests, and you might want to put that shit on. That's a suggestion.
Do you feel like that's specific to a show in LA by any artist, or do you feel like that's specific to a show in LA where it's his hometown?
It's not specific, but it's definitely imperative to LA.
Yeah.
LA has the most to lose.
I feel like a lot of people bring out artists in LA because a lot of people are out.
Six, can you pull up a flick of him at the show by chance? I feel like this had to be obviously a conscious thought then for him to.
He spoke on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So stop the show. I say
about his appearance.
Yeah, he spoke. Yeah, he said he told a whole story about him no longer going to put on like all the fancy clothes before a show.
So you
I missed that. I'm sorry.
Who?
So you say fuck that. I don't care that you figured that out.
I didn't say fuck.
That's a wake up moment.
I'm saying that.
That's a wake up moment.
I'm saying
what I'm saying.
You didn't hear that speech, is what he's saying. So
I didn't hear that speech.
Didn't hear the speech.
I didn't hear that speech. But even with the speech, I think that's fine and I respect it. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, as an artist, put that shit on. I want to be in awe of these niggas when they on stage.
Just go to the hashtags or something.
In my LA Rap Workshop over the weekend, we had Storm DeBarge, Emmy-winning Storm DeBarge,
shout out Storm,
co-host, and I asked her specifically. I told her the story, and I said, "Is wardrobe important to stage presence?" Because that was the topic, and she said, "Absolutely, it's a part of how you express."
That's from what I know of Dom. Yeah. All respect. That's how he dressed.
For sure.
There's nothing wrong with what he has.
There's nothing wrong with
There's nothing wrong with what he has.
I didn't say y'all said it was wrong. I'm just saying for his mindset of
you just wanted a little more.
I would like it.
A little more effort,
yeah. I would smile more if he did. I had a great time. I would have had an even greater time if there were some special guests and the wardrobe was even flyer.
Wardrobe is whatever. I didn't even look at it in terms of like him bringing out guests. I looked at it as like, damn, why are other big artists not supporting him? That's what I looked at it as.
But maybe the invite wasn't extended.
That's true too. We don't know that.
It brings the question as to why.
Were you guys
tomorrow with Ty Dolla $ign either?
Were you guys backstage or were you guys in front? Not, and it's not shade, but it's just because sometimes those artists stay back.
Yeah, no, I didn't go backstage. I left early.
Yeah, as you should.
I was at least VIP.
That's how you enjoy it.
Walking out. As a fan, I would want to go out and watch from the front more than being in the back. I
had my Dom shirt on. I had a great, fabulous time for real.
But I feel like sometimes those bigger artists do come to support, but they don't go out or
come out.
Like they might have been in the back.
They'll be in the back in the green rooms and on the side of the stage and all that, but still won't come on. Like still won't.
I just think that when it comes to like people say like, oh, people don't fuck with the West. I feel like because it's like when we do stuff like this, we don't do what Kendrick did and bring out all these people and create a moment.
Whatchamacallit just did.
Who?
Kaylin
just did that.
Yeah, he had a great evening.
He had a little
great show.
Friends.
Kaylin and Friends.
100%.
After 5 years, I would have did a Dom and Friends, but again, I'm not Dom.
Maybe he trying to like, man, let me regain my traction before I come out and do amazing.
Do your thing.
You know what I mean?
He announced his album. He said he had an album.
How many artists performing? Rappers have done a show 2 in one night. You don't really hear that. That's like comedy type performance. You don't hear people perform a show and come back an hour later and come back out and perform the same set. I don't think I've ever like heard that in hip hop.
A lot of people.
It's been done.
Nah, it's been done.
It's been done before, but it's great when they do it. It's commendable.
Yeah, I don't think I heard.
It was a great show, a wonderful show,
I didn't know that they were both in one night. I thought it was 2 nights back to back,
back to back, 7 and 11.
Yeah. That's a big deal. That might have had something to do with it all, like wardrobe and all that too. But
same fit for both shows.
Yeah, same bit. I will say a lot of stuff that you said was the issue. I think they came out and fixed it that second show.
Yeah,
because when T-Fly hit the stage,
he was better.
I was like, God damn, this guy got a hit. Yeah, for sure.
Right. That's good. That's
I was
good
like,
too.
why? Yeah, it's like you don't never hear that. You're like, shit, this is
great
crazy.
news.
So.
But look, that leads us right into what the announcement just came out about another West Coast legend,